hit the button at the bottom.
Thanks,
Yeah, it
Aaron.
says it's working.
Cool.
I don't know where it saves to, but I'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
No problems. All right. Well, I'll share my screen. Bianca, can you hear me okay? Cool. All right. Well, look, we'll get tucked into it. I guess we'll go through the key parts, and then we'll send this recording out, and we can always book in another time if more agents want to join as well. So we'll do more of an agent-centric training. Obviously, Mel, we sort of covered off all the agency stuff the other week, but in terms of agent level, there's a whole bunch of tools that the agents can use, of course. It all starts with reviews. That's what we're all about. We're a review-based platform, but we want to help you use those reviews. So instead of just collecting a review and popping it online somewhere and then hoping all of your customers go to that one spot, because again, we don't know where customers are going to look online. They could look everywhere. We want to help you use those reviews. So we're all about helping you to not only collect the reviews, but then to use them. And that's where a lot of our tools come into it. So I've logged in under Paul. I'm going to pick on Paul today. This is his account, and this is exactly as you guys would see it. So if you guys logged in as an agent, logged into your profile, this is the exact same dashboard that you will see. I'll point out two really key things to start you off. The first is the little button here that says Get Started. Now, this is just like a really basic onboarding flow. So if you wanted to just follow some prompts and get your account set up on basic level, you'd just come here and you'd click Get Started. It's going to take you through setting up like some pictures and setting up branding and setting up your social media content as well. So just click that one. It's going to take you through that journey there. Now, instead of doing that, if you wanted to be a little bit more hands-on, you'd go down here and you'd go to Account and you'd go to Edit Profile. The Edit Profile is essentially, it's like a Facebook edit profile. It's what would you do to jazz up your account. So bear with me, my computer's just playing funny buggers. There we go. So in terms of Edit Profile, it speaks for itself. Make sure you're happy with your branding, your colors and things like this. A lot of it is set up on office level. So you should have your Roberts logo and you should have your photo in here as well. If you ever need to make any changes, you can fiddle with the little toggle here, or you can load a picture from your computer. Again, just make sure you're happy with that. Same thing down here with all of your public information, your mobile number, your contact number, your bio. It all speaks for itself essentially. And then your marketplace, your suburbs. This is where you want to focus as an agent. What are your farm areas? So just make sure that's all good to go too. And then social media down here. This is where you'll add some extra social media links should you have your own. So if you've got your own agent Facebook or your own agent Instagram, you plug that in. Now, why that's all important is because the better engaging your profile is, the more likely people are going to spend time on it, on your profile. And then you can be quite fancy with it and how you use your profile in your business. So I've got a lot of agents that are out there that'll use their public profile on Rate My Agent as like a bit of a resume. So a bit of a digital listing kit. So this is your page, this is your profile, this is your URL and link. So what's stopping you from using this as like a text message listing tool? Or what's stopping you using this going into a market appraisal? You're looking for that extra little edge. You maybe need an extra little bit of contact with that customer or that client, that prospective vendor. Flick them across your link and say, hey guys, this is my profile. This is what the local neighbors have said and some positive reviews. Check me out. And then we can go from there. Because again, all of your content is linked. So if you want to get really specific, like if Paul wanted to, he could even grab this link here, which is for Tasman Highway, and he could send that to his prospective vendors along Tasman Highway or in that central area. So again, I've got really crafty agents. When they'll get a review, they'll grab the address, they'll grab the location, and what they'll do is they'll send that review to their prospective vendors in that region. Because again, it's just another way to use your profile and use your reviews to your advantage. Instead of hoping customers find them online, you're actually putting it under their nose. And it's a really handy tool to touch base with your prospective vendors because they want to know how you're working. So that all ties back into your edit profile. Just make sure you're happy with that one. Now, in terms of actually using the platform, as I mentioned, it all starts with a review. So you've all got the option to go to collect and to get your reviews here. You'd go to request. And this is, look, hopefully it's a pretty simple form. It's your opportunities to request reviews. So you come in here, you find the property, maybe it's Harold Street, click get reviews. And then all you're going to do is you're going to fill out this form. So who's the client? Mrs. Smith. What's their email? And what's the mobile number? Now, I'd always recommend popping in the mobile number because that will text and email that client for you. Then who is it? Vendor or buyer? Have you got a happy photo with that client? You can load it with it. It's optional, of course, but it may be a photo, a sold sticker or an auction day. You can use that too. And then, of course, you can write a little message. Hey, guys, shoot me off a nice review. Or you can use one of the templates that are already existing here. That'll write it for you. Or you can actually manage your templates through this button here, which will take you to a library which you can edit and update new ones. Send that review off. That's then going to go to your pending reviews. And pending reviews just gives you an insight of, well, is it an active review? Are we sending reminders? And has the client opened the email, which is pretty handy. Now, we do recommend always word your clients up before you ask for the review. So it's not so much of a shock. You'll notice you get a higher conversion rate for the clients that know that you're going to send a review. So again, agents that I work with around the Australian area, the really high transaction ones, what they'll do is they'll let their client know that, hey, when they're signing the property up, so they're just getting the authority out and they're getting the signatures. Hey, when we get you at the end, a great result, can we send you a Rate My Agent review request? Get the buy-in from that customer. Then they're selling the property 30 days later. They'll say, hey, we got you a great result. Can we send you a Rate My Agent review request tomorrow? Client will, of course, say yes. So then when you send them that Rate My Agent review request, you've already given them 2 touch points that they know it's coming. Then when that review is finished, lands in completed reviews here. It's just a library of them. You can choose to reply to them. So put your own stamp on it, say thank you. You can copy it for whatever purpose. You can share it out to your social media, which I'll talk about more in a second too. And then you can even promote it to the digital network. So Google or Facebook ads or Instagram ads. You've probably heard about sponsored ads or boosted ads before, where an ad follows you around online in your newsfeed and things. You can do that with your Rate My Agent content too. Again, I'll touch on this in a bit more detail shortly. But I just showed you how to request a new review. But there's going to be examples where you might have a review outside of Rate My Agent. So maybe they've emailed you a review. Maybe they've sent you a text message. Maybe they've put it on another website. If you want to bring that review into Rate My Agent, you can do that. It's importing it. You just go to you go to request and then find the property, get reviews, but you just change it to this button here, which is called Post Existing Review. And instead of requesting a new one, you've changed it to Post Existing, and you're just going to copy in that review. So copy in the heading, copy in what it said, who it was from, when it was, and then the client's info, should you want to get it verified. A verified review is going to be a normal review. So you would prefer a normal review. It'll go towards your stats. It'll go towards your rankings and your awards too. So make sure you obviously get it verified, then it'll just be all legit. So that's your review side of things. That's requesting a new one or posting an old one. But we don't want to just stop there, as I mentioned. We want to start using your reviews. So other ways that you can use it in your business. Now, nothing for you to do, but I'll explain what's happening. We are connected to your agency Google profile. So what do I mean by that? We're going to be posting your content to your office Google pages. So 2 ways we're going to do that. You guys have got a Google account here. these are your Google reviews. Every time you ask for a Rate My Agent review, at the end, we're going to ask that client to also put their review as a brand new Google review. So what that'll mean is we'll convert that existing Rate My Agent review, put it into Google. The client will just need to approve it legally. We can't post it directly. Google does require verification, but we make it really easy for them to do that. So if they do, you get a Rate My Agent review, the office gets another Google review, and this helps to boost your Google rating. So a bigger and better Google rating means you're seen in more Google searches. You look bigger and better on Google. So extra SEO benefit, search engine optimization, and it's just better for everyone. So keep in mind that's happening in the background. Nothing for you to do on agent level. It's already been sorted out for you. We're also going to post content like this. So this is an example agency. At the bottom here, we're going to post your content here. So these are called a Google post. It's just going to be things like new listings, new sold results, and also your new Rate My Agent reviews. Now that's going to post down there on an automatic basis, nothing for you to do or need to action. It's going to happen automatically. And it's again, extra Google content, appear bigger and better in Google too. So that'll be down there for you guys as well once it all starts ticking across. In terms of domain.com, we're also going to put your reviews on your agent pages on Domain as well as your office page on Domain. Again, nothing that you need to do on agent level. So it's just happening in the background as a part of your subscription. So domain.com, you've all got agent pages. You've also got an office page. As a part of your subscription, we're going to feed your vendor reviews down the bottom here. So again, nothing that you need to do. Vendor reviews as a part of your subscription are going to feed down here, powered by us, and it's just going to happen in the background. So another place for your reviews to be online. They'll be on Rate My Agent. They'll be on your office profile. They'll be on your agent profile. They'll be on Domain. They'll also be on Google. So just helping you to appear bigger and better overall. Now, I've just jumped back into Rate My Agent. So back into Paul's profile. You've all got access to share and social media. Now, this is a really handy tool for any of the agents in the room that have their own Facebook page or LinkedIn, or maybe even a Google page, an Instagram page. So if you've got a professional page, a business within a business, and you have content out there in the world, you can actually jump into Rate My Agent and you can connect your own pages. Why? Because it's good to keep content nice and fresh. You don't know where clients are looking online, if they're going to find you on Facebook, if they're researching you on Facebook, or if it's just staying top of mind, maybe on Facebook. You can jump in here, connect your accounts, and you can have Rate My Agent posting content for you. So new reviews when you get them, new for sale results, and new sold results. So essentially new content. This is going to post to your timeline on your Facebook or your Instagram as a brand new post, literally as if you guys were posting it yourself. So again, it's automatic. It's happening in the background. It's extra content. And if you click customize, it'll actually just show you what it looks like. So you'll have some extra options here to have new reviews, new for sales, and new sold results. These are just some examples, and that will post for you. So again, if you did want that set up, that was the theory behind it, the practice, how to get it all up and running. All I need you guys to do is go to your social media and find Facebook Connect and simply log your account in. So follow the prompts. Now, it does have to be a business page or a business Facebook or a business Instagram or a professional Instagram, they're called, just so it can allow the posts. But you just follow the prompts. And then once it's done, it basically allows you to set it all up, set some timetables, and set your posts up. You might want maybe just your reviews going out, so disable the other two. Maybe you want all three, but you want them in staggered times. You can do that too. You've got complete control over this one. But that is one for the to-do list. That's not something I can sort out because it does require, as you saw, a Facebook login. So it's going to need your password, your email, and things like that. So just remember to come back in here and plug that in when you need. You've also all got on agent level a tool called Promoter. Promoter is basically an add-on service for Rate My Agent. It's a great way for you to build extra digital content. You've probably seen online a car before or a pair of shoes, and then the next day that ad, it follows you around in your news feed. It's called a sponsored ad or a boosted ad, and it's just following you around everywhere you look. We can do that with your real estate content, and we can put it under the nose of your marketplace. We can target specific areas. We can get your reviews out there. We can get just sold ads out there. We can get new listing ads out there. We can post your new reviews. And it's going to go out into your marketplace and just keep you front of mind, sort of like a digital letterbox drop. So it's not a physical letterbox drop, it's digital, so it's on someone's phone. Now this, as I said, it's an add-on for your subscription. So agents get to pick. If they want to use it, awesome. You can set a budget, $200, $2,000. It ultimately just depends on how much spread you want that ad to go to. But again, that's totally up to you. It's don't have to do this one, but if you do, you can create a campaign, or you can actually ask for our promoter team to give you a call. So you don't have to fly blind by any means. We've got a team of marketing specialists, and if you need a hand, just ask for them to reach out and say, well, this is roughly how much I'm looking to spend. This is what I would like to achieve. What would you recommend? And then they'll chat you through the options available to you. So that's there too. That just sits under Promoter. Now, the last thing that's really important is our yearly awards. Now, there's, again, nothing that you need to do in terms of, you don't need to apply, you don't need to fill out any paperwork, you don't need to pay for the awards. It happens in the background. We do all of the checks. All you need to do is request the reviews. We're a review-based platform. We're going to reward more reviews, of course. Now, you've got awards tab. It's got a leaderboard, and the leaderboard is going to show you your suburbs. Now, there's a minimum threshold. The minimum threshold is 5 sales in a particular suburb and 5 vendor reviews in that same suburb in the 12-month period from January to December. So our awards are a calendar year, Jan to December, end of December. Minimum threshold, 5 sales in that suburb, plus 5 vendor reviews. Then, once that's unlocked, the minimum threshold, there's a little leaderboard here, which actually will show you the metrics and who's winning and what you basically need to do to win. Our awards are a weighting of 3 different categories. Now, it's average sale price, how many sales you've made, and what's your review to sale ratio. So how many reviews are you requesting per your sales? The easiest way to explain that is 100 sales for the year, and you've requested 50 vendor reviews, and you've got 50 vendor reviews. That's a 50% strike rating, or a 50% ratio. If you had 100 sales, but you've requested and received 100 vendor reviews, it's 100%. So you've got a high ratio there. It's a weighting of all those 3 factors. Now, we've got that to keep it fair across the board, because if we had it as simply who had the most sales, the big agency groups would always win. If we had it simply as who had the most reviews, again, the transactional agents would only win. So we've created a weighting that keeps it fair for big agencies, small agencies, independents, agencies that work differently. So everyone's got a fair chance to win. But my biggest piece of advice is just request your vendor reviews and have a high ratio per sales for your reviews. Everything you need to know sits in this awards tab. And then it'll give you even a breakdown if you're qualifying for it. It'll show you 1, 2, 3 who's winning, what you need to do to basically jump on top. But that's pretty much everything from me. So I think the key takeaways, if I really had to bullet point summarize it for you, just remember to log in, account, edit profile, make sure you're happy here. You can then use your profile as a digital resume. Make sure you're requesting your reviews. Then when you've got your reviews, we'll put it on Domain and Google. Then you've got social media. Social media is where you want to connect your accounts to allow for extra content posting. Then we've got our add-ons or extra tools like Promoter, if you want to digitally advertise to that next level. And we've also got our yearly awards, which will give you all the info here. Now, if you do get stuck with anything, at the bottom of our Rate My Agent website, you've actually got our support team and support number. So they're really handy too if you get stuck with anything. Mel's a great resource. Sorry, Mel. But if she's got any insights or can help, awesome. Or if not, obviously you've got Ashley, who is in this meeting with me as your account manager too. So he's also a wealth of info too. I'm going to stop the recording now and try and work out how to send this one across.
Yeah, you could just add a couple of questions in the chat as well.
Okay, no
So
worries.
if the review's not verified, the difference.
Okay, let me just have a quick scroll. So review not verified will land on your profile, but it won't go towards stats and rankings and things. So again, a not verified review, it's great to have for a visual perspective, but in terms of if it hasn't got that verification, it may not land in terms of rankings, awards and stats, just because we don't know it's a verified review yet. So we wouldn't like people, and I'm not saying you guys would do this, but there are people out there that might want to fudge reviews. So if they do that, we can't have them just simply attribute to all of their stats unless it has been verified. But you can bring in a realestate.com review. We don't own your reviews, they're your reviews. You do whatever you like with them. And that's where we exist in the marketplace. We allow you to use your reviews on Rate My Agent, on Domain, on Google, on Facebook. Basically, that's why we want to help you use those reviews. Cool.
Can I ask a quick question too?
For sure.
Okay, so with dual agent Facebook pages, can reviews come from both Rate My Agent profiles? So can they both feed into the one Facebook profile? Yep.
Yeah, definitely. And if it's connected in both accounts, like if you've got Agent A and Agent B and they've both connected it. And they've both connected it, perfect. There's no issues with that.
Just making sure.
Definitely.
Do you have any advice on how to handle dual agents in Rate My Agent? I understand that you don't do dual agent accounts anymore, but do you have any advice? So just about everybody that we've selected for this trial is part of a partnership or a team. So do you have any advice on that?
So look, we are looking to address the team item in the future. It is something on our agenda. So hopefully stay tuned. It might be something that is on the boil. I don't know when, but at some stage it will be looked at. But in terms of that, again, it all starts with how you pre-frame it to the client. So again, if you say, hey, I'm Agent A and Agent B and we're Team AB, then obviously when you're in that meeting with that client, you can say, hey guys, look, at the end of this transaction, would you mind if we send you 2 Rate My Agent review requests? We're 2 agents, so would really love 2 reviews just because we work independently. We're sometimes at different meetings and would love to have that content. So again, it just words up the client. The more they know what you're going to do and pre-framing it, it means the more likely you'll get that delivery. And then obviously when you send that review request, send them both and let the client know. You can maybe send an email or a text message. Hey, we've sent you 2 Rate My Agent review requests. Happy for you to copy and paste the same one to both profiles, or happy to use that same review. So again, just letting them know. The other option is 1-for-1. So, hey, you do the vendor and buyer. You do the vendor, I'll do the buyer, and then switch, or vice versa. There are ways that you can do it, but I recommend always just pre-framing your client prior.
And it's only the vendor reviews that count towards awards, is that correct?
For awards, correct.
Yep.
Obviously, through our platform, like online and rankings and things, it will take into account all reviews.
Mhm.
But for awards, it's specifically they're vendor satisfaction awards.
Okay, thank you.
Cool. All right, Ash, can I get you to hit stop share? Thanks.